Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. We tell the Almighty, Baku thank you for upkeep you onto this time. Meanwhile, before we proceed into the hands-on, this is another very important area we will talk about a grid view. The grid view na an interface would help the end users of the web for able to see wetin dey happen at the back end. Meaning, we database within at the back end for bring them in the front view of the client. Let able interact with them, able see the data itself. If you do editing, they will see everything and the front view as we've been shown lastly. So that's why we decide for explain in detail the syntax where the grid view gets. It gets about 8 stages and we for look into. The first na here where we look into how it initialization, meaning I will not explain this boku. Initially, in the form, we know say for configure the grid view, we get the lambda expression. This lambda expression na in the configure the grid view. We say the configure na inside the curly braces. So we create an instance of the DevExpress. We inherit the DevExpress features. Whereas in return, the DevExpress, they get converted to by the HTML, when the hypertext markup language, when the language of the browser. Not only that they happen. This have been explained in the previous videos and all this while. But I just want to again recalled that for anything you create a partial view, you get for configure that partial view. You get for configure that button. You get for configure that, let me say, that text box. In configuration, now in there within this setup, where we can say the html.devexpress.gridview.setting that we create, we good. What you do, declare a variable called grid. This variable called grid, all this one we don't initialize, we assign them to this grid. But we get different way for them, different approach the way for them. So man no need for initializer, it just they do everything here and convert them to HTML, then you pass them to the actual view. But you will read further, all the thing I explain here in there. So the second, now the setting. Who setting this one? We need for set up the grid view. We take this setting and this parameter what we declare now. Now in we use for setup. The first I will not tell you say the name. All the videos I make, I emphasize about the name. When it start for call the properties of this grid now, first the name of them. You don't forget space. You don't see them? The name don't forget space. By default, as it says setting dots, because you don't create this lambda expression, this it can get any name. You know, can only be setting. It can be anything, but because of that configuration, we use the word setting. So there, we use the word setting so that will you understand how they inline. Because if I go just say you, me, I, you know, it depicts actually what you decide for do. So that make we get the name setting. So after we don't get the name setting, you get in add column within the curly braces now they doing configuration. All the other things that we get for can do now, good. You don't see? After we don't get the configuration, the second thing very important within the setting, the callback route value. This callback route value is very important. See what we do. we get in controller in name when at the branch, then we get in the action when at the partial view. I don't talk about controller, I don't talk about the action in the previous videos. So I'm not going to repeat anytime we talk about controller and action again. The action are the method, the function. We'll declare a function we'll call branch grid view partial. But what happen, it itself gets internal function where it generates for itself. And that function they will customize it to the way we want them. Now they will get for into when we do hands-on. Good. The second, we set the page visibility. Once for we able the thing they into pages. Or rather, follow you scroll the countdown. Let's say we get 1 million record. The 1 million record we get, we just left them open this way. We not configure how it look. This site it looks somehow. It will look nice. So as a result, we put it into pages. You can see on the site, you can see where if you don't tell us say from here to here, for give me 50 records, after the 50 records and they give me each page back we get 50 record. So now we do that. But before we go further, this callback route value, what it actually they do. This callback route value, you see, this they make, for example, when they click a particular page, where they click a particular, like where they navigate, that make it simple. Where you see them button, they navigate from one button to another button. Exactly similarly as what it make, for example, when you click this one, it counts for you in values all. Page 1, it counts for you all in values. Page 2, it counts for you all in values. Page 3, it counts for you all in values under the branch. So we can, you see, we give a size of the page, we say 50. You don't see? Then we not only do that, we also want for allow for let you go to click them pages in and click behaviors in. Also, we say okay, if that happen, allow let the click behavior be true. Then after all the way then as settings in out for let the thing final. Then you see here now the theme. We got various theme them what you want based on how you want the thing come out fine. Number 3, we also try for customize how the scrolling will look like. Then by the way the scroll. You don't see what's in height, what's in width. We try for make a nice so that you know go the scroll. Now the same setup of configuration there. You don't see. So all this and the scrolling end. If they see the code line, you say this is for scroll. And the scroll bar first it make them visible. Then not only that you get in height, both the horizontal and the vertical. Like where it is scroll in, you get certain parameters on them. We can see them. Actually, we can see when we implement or the test we code same. Number 4, we get certain things in the tools and the one for add, like the search panel. And not be shown initially when we do that one. The search panel will be another big tool. What in that mean like a search engine where anything you want for search about a particular person in a record. For example, I want to see records where we start with K, like a list of workers where now like the first name starts with M or the last name starts with K. Specific letter or specific date, any such criteria we get. Then they done so because of we want for customize the button there. They are all about in them. We also want for know how to deal with the print, the edit person record. You want print and from the grid view. You want for editor inside with the grid view, you want for view the whole record in a beautiful mood. Then you want for delete them inside the grid view. Then the search index special. Then the column template as well. One for define the column, how many columns in go there, or how it will look like. Is it we get column, meaning the whole interface will divide that. So also then it also will help we. Good. Yeah, now like you don't do CSS. Similarly, na in we try for really reference to. We just want to make let the thing come fine, let everything in order. So most of the code set they can see, you can see beaucoup code set. For each code, I will explain to you this code now, this time in function. Now this code they do. Even for style the column them, how it will look like. You don't see, so that the data go look fit to the interface, it will look come fine. It will not go become scanting. Then how will they able populate then columns here? How will they able populate it? Good. Then after we then configure with grid view. Proper one. In the population of the column, let's say for example, what you're supposed to see at the front end. One for see the branch in ID, the name, the city, so on and so forth. Or no, not one for see the ID. We just want to see the name, the city. It left to within the requirements called for. Then from there, we then configure the looks of the grid view in behavior, in terms of if I point mouse here, if I look like mouse over, a click event, and what type of what is F. You don't see. Then in summary, we then ready for take the leap. We hands-on into we practical exercise in the next video. But really, if I will take note, say all we to don't do now for just organize the interface, make a neat, good looking. You get all the selected functions in terms of I want for search, in terms of I want for retrieve me data, in terms of I want for do any other functionality within the grid view, where I now go back and front, it will make the thing not be user friendly. But if I did one as a one-stop shop, I will do everything which I'm supposed to do. You know, even in fact, the user will look like it will find it will look attractive. Now, because of this, let me relax and enjoy the next video. We will then lead the way to a practical. So don't forget to subscribe, share this link so that other people will benefit. Remember, say me way the take una too. Me na Muslim, Alhamdulillah, and the Prophet Muhammad Sallam tell we say the best among you and the one where they teach, we learn and teach other people them. So for let be the best among the other one there, share the link let other people benefit. Once again, asitata.